You're now, that's what's important. We experience a collapse in our life structure most of the time because we failed to funeralize failed yesterdays. You have to be strong enough basically to realize you can elevate out of your current situation. Instead of looking at where you think you should be by now, look at where you have grown out of. There are many individuals who need help with their blueprint. And I want to be that vessel, nothing special, just that mouthpiece to inspire you to construct the best version of your life that you can be. Welcome to another episode of the Life Structure with Eric podcast, where we encourage our listeners to build a better life off of the foundation of faith. I'm your host, Eric, and you know how we always start off. Take that index finger and hit that share button. Share it out with your friends, your family, your coworkers. Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. Today, we are tapping into the topic that resonates with many of us, the concept of God putting us in a holding pattern. How many of you have been watching, you watch the movies, um, and it have the pilots and you hear them, something happens on the plane and they start to say, Mayday, 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 and it's basically because there is some type of emergency. Have you ever felt like your life is spiraling out of control? Moments when nothing seems to go as planned and you're left wondering what's next. I think all of us can relate to that. So today, we're going to explore the idea that during these times, God might be intentionally putting us in a holding pattern. Life's uncertainties can be very, very overwhelming. But what if these moments are divine interventions? A chance for us to pause, reflect, and turn to God for guidance. Because a lot of times when these things happen, the last thing we want to do is reach out to God for guidance. Instead of reaching to God for guidance, what we do is we'll scream out, God, why me? Why is this happening to me? But it's like being in a holding pattern, waiting for the right time to land safely. So I know a lot of people is like, what is a holding pattern? What is that? So you guys know, I work in aviation. In aviation, I got tongue tied there. In aviation, a holding pattern is a temporary delay in the air, basically where the pilots basically are circling around and around until given permission to proceed and land. Just like in our lives, these holding patterns can be moments when God is asking us to trust the process. He's God is in charge of the air traffic control. He's in control of how we land in life. So we basically have to trust the process and rely on his guidance when everything seems chaotic. And a lot of times it's because of low ceilings. Things are cloudy in life, real foggy. Everything's a blur. And most of all, we are all on edge, totally stressed out. And guess what? And with no faith. Sheesh. Our faith has totally flatlined in life. It's these moments when everything in life seems to be spiraling out of control and we lose all hope and faith. And for real, it's during these holding patterns that we have the opportunity to strengthen our faith instead of resisting the uncertainty. What if we embrace it as an invitation to draw closer to God, to seek his wisdom, and find solace in the midst of life's turbulence? Because that life turbulence, that turbulence in life, it can get so bumpy, that we don't realize if we have faith, all we have to do is click, click, put on that seatbelt and endure the turbulence until God works his way through those bumpy clouds and get us to a place where we can take that seatbelt off and really trust him that we're going to land smoothly. Let's explore some practical ways to navigate through these holding patterns. First, prayer. Turning to God in prayer allows us to express our fears, hopes, and uncertainties. It's a conversation that fosters a deep connection with the divine. Second, reflection. Use this time to reflect on your journey, the lessons learned, the growth you've experienced. Sometimes a holding pattern is an opportunity for self discovery and personal development. Maybe you didn't get that job because you were not ready. Maybe you didn't qualify for the loan on the house or the car because you're in a place right now where you can't afford to add anything else to your budget. Maybe your business isn't performing well because you were so excited to launch your business that you jumped out in front of yourself and you launched it, but you didn't plan well enough. So sometimes, you know, when we look at while we're in that holding pattern, it's an opportunity for self discovery and personal development, for you to try to figure out, what did I do wrong? What am I not doing right? And grow through the process instead of beat yourself up. And finally, trust. Trust in God's timing and his plan for your life. Remember, a holding pattern is not a detour, but part of the journey. As we surrender control, that's it, control. As we surrender control, we often open ourselves to his divine guidance. So instead of screaming, Mayday, Mayday, because you feel like everything in your life is about to crash, be patient and allow God to work things out in our favor. I promise you, as soon as he clears out the clouds and the low ceilings dissolve in life, he will land you at the destination that you have been working so hard to reach. I promise you. If we only allow him to work out those low ceilings, fight through the turbulence and clear out the clouds, he will land all of us at the destination that we've been working so hard to reach. But we have to do what? Keep the faith. And more than anything, don't give up and allow him to push us through. Because guess what? You can try to jump in that seat that the captain navigates, and you are not even going to know how to radio out for Mayday to ask for help. So the best thing you can do is stay back with the rest of the passengers, all of us, because we all, from time to time, will go through that turbulence in life. So, more than anything, pray your way through. Look at how you can look at the lessons that you're learning as you're going through it. And once again, trust that he will land you at the destination that you've worked so hard for. Thank you for tapping in to the Life Structure with Eric podcast. Embrace the holding patterns in life, knowing that in the waiting, you may find the guidance you seek. Until next time, keep the faith and stay strong on your journey. And more than anything, remember no matter what you are going through, you can always do what? Bounce back better. Have an amazing week. Until next week, you guys be blessed. Peace and blessings to you.